Aloha and welcome to Soulful Wahine, a podcast rooted in culture, healing, softness, and sisterhood. I'm your host, Kehaulani, a proud Polynesian and Black woman and a licensed mental health therapist. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that I'm finally doing this. You know, this has been a project that I have been working on for months, but this has been an idea that I have been wanting to bring to life for years. I have been wanting to create a space that was for us to be able to have the conversations that we don't typically get to have. And so the fact that I'm sitting here right now, hitting record, doing this, it's pretty surreal, to be completely honest. I want to be completely transparent with you folks. I almost pushed back the launch date of the podcast. I started to experience a lot of anxiety around not having the perfect home studio or not having the perfect backdrop or not having the perfect, equipment to start my podcast. But then I realized, if I wait until everything is perfect, yeah, I'm never going to get started, you know? And so here I am showing up with what I've got, and it just flows perfectly with the whole theme and the whole message behind Soulful Wahine, because Soulful Wahine is not about perfection. It's about truth. It's about healing. It's about showing up as who you are, even when it's hard. It's about showing up when it's messy or when it's not perfect. You know, it's about showing up when you only have your little clip on mic or your little tripod stand from TikTok shop. Whatever it is, showing up for yourself is what matters. So if you're listening or you're watching right now, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea how grateful I am for your support and for you to be here, and so thank you so much for trusting me and for being willing to step into this space. It truly means a lot. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be going over my mission statement, who I am in my story, why I started the podcast, and what you can expect in future episodes. For the mission statement, Soulful Wahine is a space for Polynesian women to feel seen, heard, and empowered. Here, we break the silence on topics left unspoken. So, topics like mental health, grief, self love, identity. My mission is to create a safe and soulful space where we reclaim our narratives, build sisterhood, and embrace every part of who we are unapologetically. As I said in the beginning of the video, my name is Kehaulani. I am a born and raised Maui girl, currently living in Salt Lake City. I work as a mental health therapist, but I am credentialed as a licensed clinical social worker. Growing up, I come from very simple and humble beginnings, and growing up in Hawaii, I was surrounded by a lot of love and a lot of community. And so from a very young age, I have known that I've always wanted to help people. Um, However, growing up, I had my own struggles. At the beginning of the video, I had mentioned that I am Polynesian and Black. Um, Specifically, I am Native Hawaiian and Tongan. And so for me, growing up, I struggled a lot with my mixed identities. I struggled a lot with being multiracial for the simple fact that I didn't know how to navigate through those identities. I didn't know how to accept all those parts of me at the same time. And now, after years of deep inner work, I'm very proud to say that I have learned to be able to accept all those parts of me and love them. And social work just always spoke volumes to me. And it's funny because it actually wasn't until my master's level internship where I actually figured out that I wanted to be a therapist. Fun fact, I didn't even know social workers could be therapists. Like, that was not something that I was aware of at all. So that was fun to learn. But that's also another reason why I love being a social worker. Social work is such a broad field, meaning there are so many different careers, so many different hats that you can wear as a social worker. And for me, therapy has just been it. Since graduating, I have poured my heart into it. Now I specialize in trauma, substance use, attachment theory, and inner child healing. And with all of that, I'm wanting to bring that into this space so that way you can feel empowered. You can feel like you know how to go about things in your own life when it's time to do so. As women, especially Polynesian women, we carry so much. We are nurturers. We are protectors. We are the backbones of our families and our communities. But who holds us? Who makes space for our softness, for our stories, for our healing? And that's why I created this space, because we deserve to be held too, sis. I created Soulful Wahine because I wanted there to be a space where we could have real talk about what it really means to be a Polynesian woman, to be a woman of color, navigating through generational trauma, mental health, grief, identity, self-love, all of that, all while trying to remember who we are outside of what we do for other people. And that's why this space is so sacred and why this work is so important. Before we move on, I just want to take some time to speak on something from my heart that I feel like is very important for me to address. This space was created with so much love, so much intention for Polynesian women because our healing matters. Our stories matter. And for so long, I've witnessed as our power, our joy, our pain has gone unseen or even misunderstood. And so I'm holding this space for us, for all the aunties, the sisters, the mamas, the daughters, all of the women whose roots run deep in the South Pacific. However, I also know that as a mixed woman and as someone who walks through this world navigating through my multiple identities, our stories oftentimes mirror those experiences and stories of other women of color too. The generational expectations, the silence that created a lot of pain within us, and the strength that often gets mistaken for hardness. And so if you are watching this and you do not identify as Polynesian, but something in your heart is telling me, this is for me, you are absolutely right, sis. You belong here. You are safe here. And just know that while my lens will always reflect my roots and my experiences, my love will always extend far beyond that. Here, we're going to be talking about it all: mental health, grief, trauma, love, sex, faith, healing, rest. Nothing is too taboo here. Nothing is off limits here on Soulful Wahine. But we're going to do it with grace. We're going to do it with culture. And we're for sure going to do it with aloha. As far as what you can expect from Soulful Wahine, you can expect solo episodes where I'll be sharing my experiences, my knowledge, and my stories. You'll also hear from women who I deeply respect, women who are doing the inner work, who are on their own paths of healing, and who have awesome wisdom and knowledge to share. Here, we'll laugh, cry, reflect, pause, and grow together. I want this space to feel like your safe corner of the internet, a place where you're reminded that you're not alone, that your softness is sacred, and that your story matters. If you've been craving a space that feels like a deep exhale, if you've been needing conversations that meet you where you are without judgment, and if you've been looking for a community that honors your softness, your power, and your story, you found it, sis. welcome to Soulful Wahine. If this first episode resonated with you, please go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel like this message would be very helpful for another Wahine, go ahead and share it with her. Come interact with me over on Instagram at Soulful Wahine. And please know that this podcast is meant to be a two-way street. I want this to be interactive, so I want to hear from you. I want to know, what types of stories do you want to hear from me? What types of videos do you want to see? And maybe what types of stories from other Polynesian women or other women of color do you want to hear? If you're the kind of Wahine that likes to learn, reflect, and grow, at the end of some of the episodes, I'll be adding on a book recommendation. So just be sure to check the description notes or the caption for the link to those books. So you guys have no idea how excited I am to begin this journey with you and to begin walking side by side with you each and every week. Until next time, mahalo and aloha.